Hey guys, Robert Blackman. It's a Sunday afternoon, getting ready to run out to a soccer match. I got my soccer shirt on, ready to go. Wanted to do a quick training. I was just going to do this for my team today. As you can see on the whiteboard, I was doing a video training for them today on our program. But I think this is something that everybody needs to hear. And it's something that I teach and I preach all the time. It's something that was a mindset that I brought in to this business from the traditional world. And as most of you know, I had a printing company before. You see, I wasn't attracted to network marketing because of the money. And there seems to be a theme most recently in the last, I would say 5 to 10 years of big ticket items where I can make $5,000 off one person, but it's not residual. But I've never made $5,000 in my life. So, you know, thank God I made $5 grand, right? And who wouldn't want to do that? And I'm not downplaying that. I'm going to talk to you about a mentality that I see. And I speak with prospects about it and downline members every single day. And it's about a mindset. And that's one of the reasons I've been able to survive and flourish in this business, not just survive it, but flourish in network marketing, is because of my mindset and the people that I bring into this business the right way, so they have the mindset and know what to expect with me. So back to the big ticket, 100% commissions, big ticket. You'll never build a big group. Those type of things. So for me, I saw this business as a way to get time freedom, because I was working 7 days a week down at my dad's printing company. And then when I owned my own plant, I was down there 8 days a week. It seemed like, it was horrendous. We made good money. It was job security. And I still love the printing business today. But man, I have no hair, and that's because of the printing business. All right. So, I remember driving on a Saturday morning down to the plant by Adams Golf Course, and I'd see all these guys golfing at 6:30, 7 o'clock. The golf cart girl was going by. They were getting their beverage. Some were smoking cigars. Some were just, hitting 2 or 3 shots. They were laughing, having a good time. And I remember saying, I'm a member of that club. I've paid my dues, and I can't remember the last time I played golf. But I pay the monthly dues on the hope that I'm going to be able to get out and play golf. And I love golf. I could do golf full time. So to me, as I drove by, I go, the vehicle that I was in, the printing business, just sucked all of my time up. And it became addictive, where, I felt like I couldn't leave the business, because as soon as I left for an hour, somebody was going to screw something up. And they usually did, because I manifested that, all right? But because then I needed to have complete control over everything. And that's why I was just a maniac. I was just down there 7 days a week. And that's why I made a lot of money, though, but that was my entire life, okay? That's why I didn't have children until I was like 33 or 34, because, I lived down at the plant. So to me, network marketing took on a different element. And I want to talk about 2 things today that changed my life. And also, when I talk to prospects, how I frame my conversations. And I don't get involved in the idea that this is going to be anything that you're going to get into a company that's in momentum. I'm in a company that's 15 years old now. I have my own company that's 15 years old. You create your own momentum daily, the way I look at that. And I wasn't in this saying I want to get rich quick. If I can't make $10,000 in 90 days, I'm not joining. Or if I can't make $5,000 on one sale, $5 sales your commissions don't excite me. Here's what excited me: time. To make enough money to where I could sell the plant and go play golf, not just on Saturday at 6:30, but every day at 6:30 or even 3:30 in the afternoon. So time became more valuable to me as I got older, because I realized that was an asset that I could never replace. I'm 53. Lord, do I wish I could go back to age 35 and flip those numbers from 53 to 35 with the knowledge I have today. It'd just be incredible. But you can't. You can't get back that time. So when I looked at that, when I looked at network marketing, I was mature enough to realize that money was replaceable and time was not. So The first thing I want you to write down is the 40-year plan. I looked at network marketing because I said, well, what if I can't really do it? I mean, here I was a salesman in the printing business, and I was doubting my skills in network marketing because most of the network marketers I met, I didn't really like. I didn't want to be like them. Kind of cheesy, kind of pushy, just always kind of flighty. They talked real fast and just talked about money all the time. And I just go, I'm attracted to the model, but I'm not attracted to you, okay, or how you present the model. So I started doubting, do I even really want to get into a business that I have to act like that? And then I got around people that didn't act like that. And I said, okay, I understand. It's just like any sales, real estate agents, insurance agents, the girl down at the Dillard's counter. I've walked away from them before to go to another girl because I didn't like how she was handling me, okay? So this business is no different. But my point being is that I said, okay, let's keep the printing company. Let's not throw out the printing company with the bathwater. Let's not, I'm on a dream, but let's not be insane about this. You have to pay your bills, okay? So let's do, and I threw this scenario in my head, and this is how I framed it. And this is how I frame it with my prospects, and this is my message to my downline members today, how I want you to frame it not only for yourself, but for your prospects too. Number one, the 40-year plan. At that time, I looked at Social Security, and I think it was like the average was, way back then, at 22, it was like $548 a month or something. Don't quote me on that, but it was a low number. Now I think it's $1,024 a month or $1,204 a month. That's still a low number. All right. So I said, okay, if I just stay with my printing company and in 40 years, I can match Social Security in my little network marketing business on the side, then I'm good with that. So to me, that's why I never quit network marketing, because to me, it's my only form of real retirement while I ran my traditional business, because I just didn't see a disadvantage to not staying involved in a company. I saw it as a real financial vehicle, and I got around a lot of guys and gals that were retired. In 2 to 5 years, they were making $100,000 a month. So I knew it was possible. I just didn't have the belief that Robert could do it. All right. But I saw it, they could do it. And so that was always my struggle of building network marketing into my traditional life. Okay. So number one, the hook for you today in your prospecting is when I'm talking to people, I don't talk about the pay plan or the products to begin with, unless they ask me. And I go, let me ask you a couple questions, see if this is a fit or a match for you. What do you got planned long-term for your life? And they usually go, what do you mean? I go, well, when you turn 60, 70, your retirement, what type of retirement do you have? So see, immediately I take myself from being, some network marketer that just wants to make a fast start bonus on them today to somebody that says, well, what are you doing in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years? So I kind of turn into that financial planner. And I even did that my first 6 months in the business. So if you don't think you have any credibility, you're wrong, because they go, well, how long have you been? I said, look, Social Security is 500 some odd bucks a month. I'm working all day long and Saturday and Sunday at my job. I've got to do something. And so this is going to be in addition to my Social Security, and I'm going to stay with it. Like I have to take money out of my check for Social Security. I'm going to do network marketing every month too. So I'm hedging my bets. So that's the number one thing that I plant in my prospect's head is long-term. Because yes, I want the fast start bonus. Yes, I want all that stuff, but I don't want this revolving door all the time. I want them to sell themselves on the MLM or network marketing as their 40-year plan, knowing that in 2 to 5 years, they could actually quit their job. And then we go into that conversation. So that's number one. So number two, when someone comes in my group, I always get 5 or 10% that drop out in 30, 60, 90 days. I don't care what program, what dollar amount, what sun sign they are, where the moon is this year. It does, what the Farmer's Almanac says. It doesn't matter. People are just going to drop out. All right. So here's what I do. Idea number two to help you today that will help your retention. And it's not something that a lot of people talk about. And I've mentioned this before at some trainings, And I've had some flack from some other leaders saying, hey, I don't like that. Don't talk to my team like that. Well, here's how I do it. And I talk to my downline. I say, look, let's get a 10-year game plan for you. Let's get a 10-year game plan. That's number 2. Let's get a 10-year game plan. And you'll see where I'm going with this. And they'll go, okay, great. What's that? I go, at the end of 10 years, you're going to be earning $10,000 a month. And most of them will go, well, I don't want to wait 10 years. And I go, I know. But for those, I go, how long have you been in the business? And for those that have been in for 10 years or longer, I'll go, are you making $10,000 now? 100% of them will know. I said, when you, okay, been in 10, 15, 20 years in network marketing and you're not making $10,000 a month? And they go, no. I go, well, wouldn't you wish you had this plan 10 years ago? And they go, yeah, okay, it makes sense. So here's what I do. I say, look, at the end of year 1, we want to get you at $1,000 a month of residual income, not big ticket income, not one-time sales, but residual income. And then I show them in the plan the number of people that takes and the sales volume that takes, what rank they need to be at $1,000 a month. And then I go, okay, at the end of year 2, let's get you to $2,000 a month. Year 3, 3,000, 4, 5, on and on until 10 years. And here's what happens. Okay, here's what happens in their head. Remember, the majority of what I do has really nothing to do more than just with psychology. It's because I spent so much time in marketing and ad copywriting that I understand, they always say in ad copy and marketing, know thy prospect. Talk to the prospect to solve their problems. And the old adage that, this is back just in direct mail, is that if you mail somebody a sales letter and it was Christmas Eve and there was 2 feet of snow outside and they had their fire going, sitting in their lazy boy chair, and a guy had his pipe in, okay, and he pulled out your sales letter and your deadline to postmark the envelope with the check to join was December 24th at midnight. And the guy looks at his watch and it's 4 o'clock on Christmas Eve. You want to be able to write some ad copy to where they will get out of that chair, get on their clothes, shovel the snow off their front porch, put the chain tire on the tires, and trudge down an hour to the post office to make sure that check on that envelope is postmarked by midnight to get what you're selling. That's the psychology of ad copywriting. So everything that I do, I understand my prospect. I understand network marketers. I understand people who work for themselves. I understand people who work for other people. I've been through all that. I understand all that. So the brilliance in this plan is this. This isn't going to resonate with 100% of the people. It will resonate with the people that will stay in longer and will eventually drop out, but they won't drop out now. Those that were going to drop out in 30, 60, 90 days anyway, it's not going to resonate because they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear 10 grand in 10 years. Even though I tell them we're going to have a 2 to 5 year plan and we have a 40-year outlook that this is going to match for Social Security. So I've got all types of things going. He said 40 years, Social Security, matching that. He says I can quit my job in 2 to 5 years. And now I got 10 grand in 10 years. So I've got them thinking. Those are my bullet points. And if you know ad copy, you know that the reason that you have bullet points is if I've got 12 benefits and I read down and number 11 I like, but the others I don't, I'll buy whatever you're selling because there's one benefit that I need today. That's the purpose of what I do. So these are my 3 bullet points. I know I said write down 2 things, but there's an element there of the 2 to 5 years. So it's the 40-year plan. It's the 2 to 5 year plan. Also how to quit your job. And then 10 years, making $10,000 in 10 years. So by the time I get done with someone, I have them in a position to where they're relaxed and they don't quit. Because I tell them, if you start all over in another program in a year, you're 12 months behind your plan. And in 2 to 5 years, if you work the plan the way I teach you, you can replace your income at work, whether that's $20, $40, $50, $60,000 a year in 2 to 5 years. That's realistic. Those guys and gals that say, look, if I can't replace my income in 90 days. I don't want this. I go, then this is not for you, because that's not realistic and that doesn't stick. So hopefully, anyway, so the message today is know how to frame the conversations. And I always take my conversations with my prospects to what are you going to do your future? Where are you at when you retire? What do you got set up? Well, look at network marketing as that. Let's invest some money each month, like you would the stock market, into a network marketing business, into some training, and let's go to work. Do you want to do your warm market? Let's get that out of the way. We mail letters, or we email those people or call them, and then we go to the cold market with 100 leads or more per month and our co-op ads. And so that's my game plan of how I get prospects to join, is the 40-year plan. And to keep them in, I show them a 2 to 5 year plan to replace their income. And then I also give them a 10-year plan. If I give them a 10-year plan, they don't quit in 90 days if they agree to the 10-year plan, right? They don't get distracted with the next thing that comes down on Facebook that goes, I quit MLM and I'm doing this now. You got to get on this webinar. Find out what, this guy's doing. And you go, hey, have you heard of that, Rob? It's only $997. Robert, let's do that. Okay? So it keeps my team focused once I tell them the truth. Yes, you have to tell them the truth to get them to stay. And if you want to know who's going to quit in 90 days, tell them this, and they'll just quit now. Okay? So it'll help you kind of filter out through your group. But more importantly, it'll help you find the people that are secretly waiting for you to give them some direction, and have that little light switch go off and that key turn to engage their brain and their heart and their soul that says, I found a way to replace my retirement, honey. And guess what? I found a way that in the next 2 to 5 years, I can replace my income at work. And I've got a 10-year, $10,000 a month mentality. So I'm going to put the blinders on and I'm going to go to work. That's what I do every day. That's what's kept me in the business. And I hope the tips have helped you today. Y'all have a wonderful weekend.